Hey guys, welcome to Stacking the Shelves for the weekend of July 22nd. It's really hard to believe we're that far through the summer. I'm doing this on a different phone, so hopefully the video turns out okay. I had an unfortunate event with my other phone. I was on the treadmill, and when I got off, I tripped and I threw my phone across the basement, and it hit the concrete floor. And it did not survive. We mean like really not survive. Like not just a shattered screen, like phone's dead. So we keep an old backup phone around because this has happened before. And I'm waiting. It's going to be 10 days till I get my new phone. We're actually going to repair the one that I dropped, and then I'm getting a new phone, and then my son's going to get the repaired one. But so hopefully this goes okay. That was a long explanation. It was my birthday this last week, so I do have quite a few books. I put a lot of books on my Amazon wish list, so that's predominantly what I get for my birthday, which I like. I know my husband's always like, you have so many books on your wish list. I'm like, well, that's what I want, okay? So whatever. So I'm just going to start going through them. There are quite a few. The first one I got is actually one for review, and we have an Alcray box that is sitting in the way, so I'm going to move that. And this is a book called Land of the Lustrous, Volume 1 by Haruko Ichikawa. And this is a manga, and it has a very interesting premise. It's set in a world of crystalline life forms. I don't know. It sounds interesting, and pretty much whenever I see a graphic novel or manga on Amazon buying for review, I go ahead and I get it. So that's what this one is, and I will probably be reading it pretty soon just because it's a quick read. So I'm looking forward to read that. I did get I bought two books. One I bought used on Amazon, and that is Dark War by Tim Wagner, which is the third novel in the Matt Richter series about a private eye zombie who lives in a dark city called Necropolis and kind of fights crime there and tries to save the city or whatever. He's a little bit of an anti-hero. I read the first book in this series, and it was super, super good. So I have the second book, and I went ahead and got the third book. There are only 3 books in the series, and it sounds like because it was published by Angry Robot when they went out of business, it kind of stopped in mid-series, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I like it enough. I do want to read all the books in it. So I got that one. Then we were at the Mall of America this Saturday. My parents' air conditioning went out, and it was super hot here, so we asked them if they wanted us to meet us at the Mall of America. Of course, we had to stop by Barnes & Noble, and they had some books on sale that I've been wanting. So I picked up this one, The Bone Witch by Rin Chapeko. And she also wrote, like, The Girl in the Well. Yeah, The Girl from the Well and The Suffering. And I like those both. They're pretty creepy, but they have a lot of, like, Japanese mythology in them. And I really enjoyed that. This is just like the whole book is just like beautifully put together. It's this nice like matte cover with the gold embossing. So I'm really excited to read this. And I know it hasn't been getting great reviews, but her other books didn't either, and I really liked them. So hopefully I'll enjoy this one. All right, so now we're getting into the books I got for my birthday. Most of them are graphic novels and mangas, so I will just go through them. The first one I got is Ocean of Secrets, Volume 1 by Sophie Chan. This is like, I don't know, a fantasy like thing. I think it's, I always forget. I think it's Sojin, which is like girlish fantasy kind of stuff. It's not seinen, no, I got that wrong. I get my manga terminology wrong sometimes. Anyways, it's a fantasy, and it's, teen. So I'm excited to see how this is. I think it was recommended like fans of Black Butler, so I put it on my wish list and finally got it. The other one I got is Solon by Inio Asano. And this is kind of like a contemporary fiction story about 2 young people like in their 20s living in Tokyo, I believe. I think it's Tokyo. It's gotten really good reviews, and I kind of like these, and it's a bigger, like, manga, longer story, and the drawing looked pretty good in it, so I think I'll like it. Sometimes I just like to read these, like, contemporary fiction mangas, and that's what this reminded me of. So it's rated older teen, so that should be good. The last, graphic novel picture book I got for my birthday is Black Butler Volume 1, The Artworks, and this is by Vienna to Boesel. And this just has all the artwork from, well, not all of it, but a lot of the artwork from Black Butler. And I'm a huge Black Butler fan, so I really wanted to get it, so I got that as well. This is like a really nice book, and then it's got like the whole, ribbon in here to mark your place and all that. So it's a very well-made book, which I appreciate, because you don't see a ton of well-made books anymore. And then I did get 2 like normal books. Again, these were for my birthday. I got Spectacle by Rachel Vincent. This is the second book in the Menagerie series, which was a interesting series about like a traveling circus of mythical monster creatures. And like spoiler alert, in the first book they kind of free themselves and take over their own traveling circus, and then this book continues that story. So yeah, I liked it a lot. It was like probably my favorite book by Rachel Vincent. I wasn't a huge fan of some of her shapeshifter stuff, so but I've been liking this a lot, and I like the cover. It's pretty cool. So there's that one. And then the last one I got for my birthday is Death and Relaxation, which is the first book in Ordinary Magic by the Ordinary Magic series by Devin Monk. This is about like a police chief that deals with paranormal creatures, and it basically says that she can handle Valkyries, werewolves, Gilman, and other paranormal creatures, but it's the vacationing gods that keep her up at night. So I'm a pretty big fan of Devin Monk. She's one of those authors that she comes up with some really creative ideas. The writing is mediocre, but the ideas are really cool, and so I end up enjoying them. But she wrote the House of Mortal series, which I loved. She wrote Broken Magic, which I enjoyed. The Allie Beckstrom series is probably her best-known series, and I also enjoyed that one. And the Age of Steam series, which honestly, I read the first one and I didn't like it, so I stopped that one. But I've read pretty much like all her other books except for the Age of Steam series. So I was excited to see she had a new series going out. I'm not sure why this isn't getting as much press as some of her other books, but it's just not. I didn't even know it had been released until I was like cruising around through to see if there were any other books in any of her series, and I saw that this one was there. So that's what I got this week. I'll go through it again real quick. I do have a couple books to pick up from the library, but I haven't gotten a chance to go by there yet. So I got Death and Relaxation and Spectacle. I had to put my books far away. I got Black Butler Artworks Volume 1 by Vienna to Boesel. And then I got Solon and the Ocean of Secrets. And then The Bone Witch and Dark War and Land of the Lustrous for review. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books. And this is for the last couple weeks. I probably mentioned, I'm sorry, I keep leaning away from the camera, and now I just knock stuff down. I did not do posts the last couple weeks. I did start a new job a couple weeks ago. It's been good. I really like the people I'm working with. They seem really nice, and they have good senses of humor and all that. I think it's going to be an interesting job. The first week was a little bit overwhelming because that was serious information dump, because it's a completely new area. I went from product development engineering to corporate IT and being project manager for that kind of stuff. And so not only did I go from research to project management, I went from quantum nanoparticle technology to IT, which is a move I wanted to make for a long time, so it's a good thing. But it was a little bit information overload last week, but this week has been a lot better. I've got a better grip of what's going on, so hopefully I'll make that adjustment quickly, I should say. I think the larger adjustment for me and my family has been I was 80% time before, and I came back full time for this job because when I went 80% time, my son was a lot younger, and we were dealing with daycare and all these after school activities that were really early and stuff like that. So it was really hard because I'm so far away from work. I have a long commute to work, 40-minute commute to work every day. So it was just overwhelming. It really helped to have that one day off. So now I'm full time, and it's been an adjustment because it's kind of hard to get up on that Friday that I used to have off and go into work. So I've been kind of compromising a little bit. I can do a lot of my job from home, so I have been staying home on Fridays to work, and that's been really good, and it's really helped with that adjustment because then I can still do some of the stuff that I did on Fridays. I can keep the laundry going because I can stop my job for 10 minutes and go fold the laundry and then start another load, right? That kind of stuff. And then I can just be at home so I don't have to wake up so early because I can save almost 2 hours of driving if I just am not going into work, right? And I can spend that time working instead. So that's been a little bit of adjustment, and I'm not sure how I feel about it right now. We'll see how it goes. I mean, so far it's been okay. The problem is not the problem. The reason I wanted to try it is my son is older now, right? And all his activities now are later at night. They start at 8. So it's not a big deal if I have to rush home or whatever, and I don't really need this extra time, I don't think. So I don't know. That's a long explanation, but that's my work update. Other than that, we were going to go camping last week, so I didn't do a post because we were going to go camping. And then at the last minute, we decided not to because it was going to be super hot, and everybody was just kind of worn out because it was my first week full time. My husband was having a lot of issues at work and working long hours, and everybody was just kind of tired. So we just decided to hang out at home the whole weekend, which I think was a good choice. All right. Well, other than that, I hope you guys got a lot of great books and had a great week of reading. I hope you also have a great week of reading ahead of you. I will probably talk to you next week. I don't know any reason why I wouldn't unless I don't get any books. Other than that, I'll talk to you later. Happy reading. Bye-bye.